Hello everyone, welcome to a World of Warships Blitz video. Today's video is, well, a step back into the past. It's been ages since I've taken the Tier 6 German cruiser, the Nürnberg, out. I've been playing some other mobile games and have been reflecting on what it's like just starting out, and the Nürnberg would be a good first target, or that's what I thought anyway, so I thought I'd take it out and give it a try and see if it's as good as I remember it being. I do remember loving the Königsberg with its 360-degree rear turret rotation, but the Nürnberg is pretty good. I've got mine spec'd for a bit more in the line of a reload than turret traverse, which is my normal thing, so let's see how that works for us. So here we are, we're on the Bay of Storms. Normally there's some destroyers that try and come around these wings, and what I'm doing is I'm providing cover for our little destroyer up there, that Podvoitsky. Here's his Tier 6 equivalent, the Knevny, and he is turning to his right, which means that it's about time for me to get some shells on target. He's continuing the turn, which is going to be very unfortunate for him because it's a nice distance. I've slowed down there. That's probably more habit than any requirement, because his torpedoes just don't have the legs to get this distance, and they'll run out of steam long before they get there. I'm going to try and see if we can knock this guy out of the game early, and he's gone. First strike. There you go. Got a Farragut, so I'm going to turn towards our base. Now my front turret, that turret rotation is not as good as I am used to, but anyway, that front turret will have to go the long way around, but the rear turret is where most of the power is, and our Podvoitsky torpedoed him, and there goes his torpedoes. Well played by that Podvoitsky, because the Farragut is normally, well, it's a pretty tough ship. It's got the smoke. It's got, it's got a lot going for it actually. It's got reasonable guns. The Podvoitsky maybe has slightly better guns, but the Farragut certainly has the range on the torpedoes. Right, here we are, and we are basically staying at range. If you're in a small ship attacking a big ship, range is your friend. They're easier to hit, you're harder to hit. As it is, he's distracted anyway by our little Podvoitsky out in front of him. So we're going to try and just get some fires going. Although it is a German cruiser, so maybe I should switch to AP. This is one of the things I don't remember. I don't remember them being quite so weak against battleships, but I suppose they always were. Here comes an Omaha, get some shells out, change to AP. Nice hits against him. He's got such a thin slither of health that the incoming fire from the Podvoitsky, our Podvoitsky takes him out. And I've got AP, so I might as well try it against his König. As I said, range is your friend. So he almost had a bead on me, but not quite. We're back to HE, and we can start to close in on the enemy cap. It does look as though our ships out to the far side of our caps are having their fun. One of the enemy ships is either, I think it might be sunk actually. I was going to say sunk or smoked up. As it turns out, our little Podvoitsky buddy there is pretty effective and aggressive and pushing quite nicely into their cap. This Ismail has taken down our Prince Idle Frederick, I think, a German ship. And we're just going to launch them at range. So the Nürnberg, it's not a knife fighter. It's not like a Leander where you can get in close and personal with those destroyers. The gun arrangement means that if you make a wrong turn, you end up with only a third of your guns firing. So it's a little bit more of a distance fighter, but it has lovely accuracy, great performance, and terrible torpedoes. It's hard to work out if that guy's coming in reverse or going out in front of the cap. I think we might have fallen short there. He's definitely outside the cap. The second shot goes out. 5 hits, but not a lot of damage. So at this point, I think it's just that Ismail, which means that our carrier and the Podvoisky are getting busy on him. Not looking too good for this guy. Podvoisky's coming back in. It has extremely short reload on its torpedoes, and I wouldn't be surprised to see little green markers go out. But as it turns out, not required. He just takes them out with a fire anyway, by the looks of it. My shots go in, but the Podvoisky gets the kill. I get an assist. So that's my first time seeing these new team medals. It's been a few days since I've played, so it's quite nice to see the addition to the game. Hopefully that it will encourage a little bit more team behaviour, and I'll have to look and see if there's any titles that go with those. Anyway, middle of the range there with the Nürnberg. The Podvoisky did most of the work. I provided initial bit of cover, which I'm sure was welcomed, but probably the guy had a lot under control anyway, so good to see. Coming up through the ranks, tier 5. But anyway, that's the